Crystal at the Rain Dance Ranch. So I haven't had much of a chance to water stuff lately. I've just barely been watering. This stuff seems to be doing pretty good. The flowers are a little saggy right now because we did just have a rain, although they might have been saggy before. But it's not that I haven't been watering, but there's been a few days recently, including yesterday and this morning, that I did not water. And then I watered the day before, and then I skipped a day the day before that, possibly 2 days in a row. I can't remember. But the yarrow is fine. The shungiku seems fine enough. The sunflowers, I don't think are really suffering, but they've looked a little droopy in the leaves. The leaves, I should say. We got a starburst coming up. I'm thinking I might try to make a bouquet today. I had a little time off. The shungiku flowers have really gotten large compared to what I was getting over the summer. So another reason why I want to make a bouquet. So I want to do a bouquet with starburst, these horizons. I'm not ready to give up on the daylilly, but that is the daylilly that I have. It's been blooming. I believe that those will bloom in May as well, most likely, possibly June. Here in Phoenix, I know they bloom in May. And these are gold lights, so that's gonna get cut if I do it today anyways. But today is the day because I have time and stuff's ready. Like these sunflowers, this is the perfect stage to cut them if you're gonna go to market like the next day. They'll be even a little more opened up. Like if I cut them today and then I was taking them to market in the morning, they'll be a little more opened up. And I think it would be nice to have one that's all open, like the Starburst Panache. So that one's actually been in bloom for a few days now at least. I'm not sure when. But I mean, just if I was going to market, those would be great. Or if I was going to be taking them to a florist who might not be using them for 2 days or 3 days or something. But yeah, so I've got gold lights. Oh, well, here's a horizon that is in bloom, in full bloom. So that one right there would do, but it's a little on the small side. But I think all of them are going to be small like that. They can be bigger. These are probably going to be bigger. These are the horizons as well. So it's just interesting how these are smaller. These horizons are smaller than these. And I think I planted them at the same time, and they're blooming. These are about to bloom. I mean, maybe I planted these a little later than those over there. Anyways, okay. And then I've got some more starburst coming up over here. So it is September 25th. And I'd have to look at my records, but I think I planted the end of July sometime. All of these sunflower seeds. So, yeah, 2 months. That's what you expect. So it's just interesting that I got uneven sizes. But I'm not too worried about it. My soil is not very well developed. And I do believe that this soil here and here are probably the most developed. And maybe they get a little more water somehow. I don't know. But these here are all sort of what I would call real close to perfect size. and they're all uniform. But the thing is I don't mind these different sizes at all. And plus, the Starburst. Too bad he's looking a little sad. Yeah, he's been blooming for a little longer than just one day. Too bad I couldn't have gotten him earlier. But he's got a little side shoot. But the ones I grew, oh, there's another one down there. The Starburst that I grew, that I planted around April 1st, they got really big. A lot, like twice this size, real thick stem. And it had a lot of flowers on it, and it was just gorgeous. Can't wait to grow more of those. But the thing is I like this for cut flowers, and you just cut it like it's a single, but you actually get more. So I am investing in some of these, and there's another one that's similar to this, but with a green center, that I'm going to try. And I'm going to be putting in my order for sunflowers soon, so we'll talk about that when I finally pull the trigger. But yeah, oh, you can see in the gold light, see? It's got a green center. These are super pretty. They just have such a nice growth habit. Just a beautiful flower. And I'm buying like 5,000 of those for 2026. This right here, my sedum autumn joy. Look at that thing. And I stuck one in here, and I probably needed some water because it's still developing its roots and stuff. So I'm not ready to pull that out and see if it got any roots, but later today I think I might come out and put some more cuttings in the ground and just see how they do. So this is my one yarrow that bloomed, and I loved it when it was orange, and I love it like this. Although I have to say I really loved it when it had those peachy orangey tones. But what a wonderful, wonderful bloom this is. So, cannot wait for this yarrow to bloom next year and see how it does. This is a weed. At first I didn't want to chop it back because I thought it might be a latent baby's breath, because baby's breath kind of looks like this. But and you would think I would know. Because I've grown baby's breath several times from seed. But both times I was highly distracted by work. And I'm sure I'll recognize this when it blooms, but it's some kind of a wildflower, I believe, from these parts, but the potential is got me on edge. Oh wow, I'm gonna get more daylily flowers too. Look at that. Yay, daylily. Seems like, was there anything else I was gonna try to do a flower arrangement with? So I might try to pull some of the sedum. Definitely gonna get some shingikus. And then I'll have Horizons, Starburst, Gold Light. 3 types of sunflowers. Shingiku. And I might pull that yarrow. Okay. Whoa, Nelly. dangerous over here in the garden. And the other thing I want to do is I'm thinking I might pull out that geranium. Pull out that geranium in that pot and try to plant these Bordeaux petunias from Proven Winners in there, and try to take care of that for a friend of mine who's getting married. And I may give her these as well, because I don't think I will be able to overwinter them. But they will grow all winter long in Phoenix. So, I sure hope this thing is spreading a bunch of poppies around. That is a California poppy. I'm 99.9% positive. I also planted Mexican poppy, which I popped in, no pun intended, along here. And if any grew, I might have thought it was a weed and pulled it, or it just didn't take at all, which is what I really think. And this was my viola, and I'm hoping that I can get it to flower. I think it likes the cool weather, but without me watering it like I should. But it's not really gone very far, even when I was watering it all the time, but it was warmer. It popped up in the middle of summer. I mean, what are you going to do? You're going to try to water it. Keep it going. And I hope these seeds are still good. So this is the Shungiku seed. They look good. So the white stuff is the chaff, and these brown sort of, I don't know what you call them, or what they would look like, but those are the seeds right there. And I need to put those in a package, and we'll see if they reseed themselves. I bet they will. Shungiku is one of those plants you just need to buy a small packet of them and you'll have seeds forever. Same thing with cilantro. And yeah, so as usual, I don't have a lot of variety to choose from for my bouquets, but that's okay. And I may try to get some of these gladiolus leaves in the bouquet, and if I do some small bouquets, I'll pull some of these rain lily leaves. I cut them off the other day and they're like growing again, although I don't know if now is the time to do that again. The mint is another possibility. I could cut. This is a nice piece. This is nice. The apple mint I almost lost from underwatering, but this spearmint took it like a champ. But it's in a bigger container, probably with more aeration, and it's a little more established. That might be, I don't know what, that soil might not be as good as this soil, actually. And it is, again, a smaller container that it's in. And I might even grab some of that coleus. What I really should be doing is getting this place cleaned up. But when your flowers need cutting, you gotta cut them. And when you have a day off, you need to take a little rest when you work 60, 70 hours a week. And you need to do some planning. So I'm gonna make a bouquet and do some planning. So I might make a video about my plans, and I don't know if I will air it, But I might make a video of my plans, and then at the end of the year, I can review it and see if it's worth posting. Whoa, Nelly. So over here, again, okay, the sun. What is this stuff? Potato vine needs water. And down here, let's see if the plants are still growing. Yep, I had stuff growing in here, but now it's not there. This is still growing. Sorry if I wasn't focused right. Let's see, is this still growing? Yeah, that's still growing. It looks like it's barely holding on for life. These look like they died. So yeah, this stuff suffered. I kind of figured it would. Some of this stuff might be okay. That's too bad because everything germinated and now I've lost a lot of stuff. This is millet. And I don't know if it's gonna get its pretty plumes growing, but I just planted it kind of late and said, let's see how far it gets. See what it does. I didn't have real good germination on that, and maybe I needed to give it more water, but I think it was pretty much on top of the water on that one. So anyways, thanks for watching. Too bad my alyssum, it lost all of its flowers too, I think, from lack of water. Right in there. That's okay, I think I might give it a little bit of a haircut. It still looks pretty. The whole garden right here, this variety of stuff. Nothing's like perfect, but it's still beautiful. So, Crystal at the Rain Dance Ranch. When it rains, go out and look at your plants.